You're ready, you're ready. Going live, you're live. That's some very clear payment received. Oh, come on. Look at the timing that was. Email just come through. Weekly payments coming from yours truly. So, oh no, I need to press start on this one. Right, guys. What is it? What are we talking about? Is anyone on YouTube? Yeah, come on, YouTube. You know how it's done. Let's make this happen.
Have you put the title in there?
Well.
So it's called Property Mindset. What you need.
Yes, you're now live. This is Real Life Money Monday. And now we have another panel, slightly different variation from last time, but we will do a quick introduction. But before then, I need to know, are you live? Put hashtag live. If not, put hashtag replay. So what you need to do is also start tagging some people in here. Start tagging some people, some friends, some family, some colleagues, or probably the 99% of your social media people that you have no idea who they are. Tag them as well. That'll be totally awesome, because I'll tell you something, tonight we're going to be speaking about a very, very powerful subject, which I believe, from my opinion, is totally either invisible to a lot of people or non-existent or very misunderstood. So make sure that you tag some people in here, because I'll tell you something, when it comes to property, who's investing in property? Put in the comments, tag someone who's invested in property. If you know someone who is part of any type of property group or property investment or doing any kind of research or wanting to get into it or even thinking about getting into it, or they have no idea what property investing is, tag them people as well. Because if you're anything like this panel this evening, at some point in the journey, as they call it, we were all a little bit blind of what the possibilities were out there. So guys, I can see there's plenty of you on there. Tag some people, or at least just comment, are you live? Put hashtag live, because as the questions are coming in, what questions do you have? What ups and downs may you have had? Because this, I tell you something, this is a subject where people are very shy. They don't really share about this, the mindset. Now, I understand that maybe a part of that is because they're not like, it's not really defined what the mindset is. What does it mean by mindset? Does it mean happy, clapping, jumping around? You know,
yeah, a lot of people think it's like la-di-da kind of stupid stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. Some people could think that. Some people could think, you know, it's mind control. Some people could think it's brainwashing.
Mind control. Some people.
Oh, sorry, we got some interference on the line. Yeah, but also some people, they might have an opinion. So put it in the comments. What is mindset to you is one thing, and then what is mindset when it comes to property investing? Like, what has happened to you in your journey? What are all the good things? What are all the things that have been not so good? Because we're excited to hear from you. If you've got any questions, if you've got any point of view, you want to create a particular theme for discussion, please let us know. Yeah, but first of all, let's do a little introduction for this panel that we have here. So we have myself, we have Trisha, which I'm assuming most people may know, but if you don't, me and Trisha, we started investing in property, and this whole real life thing kicked off because so many people were asking us, how did we build a portfolio of like 4.5 million in less than 18 months with zero of our own money? That was how it started. And since then, we helped hundreds of people progress their lives forward in many different ways. It's more than property. It's the transformational work that I love and I'm passionate about. Yeah, then we got Lewis, who was on our panel. Was it last week, Lewis? You're on our panel?
No, by popular demand.
Yeah, that's it. Putting himself forward, getting out there. So Lewis is one of our real life results coaches, also helping many, many people get awesome results, raising millions of pounds in investor finance, doing multiple different strategies, barn conversions and service accommodation. And what else you got going on, Lewis?
Got buy-to-lets, housing association, and land deals coming up.
Yeah, and he's very committed towards giving back and helping the homeless. And he's actually heading up a project that we've literally just started discussing around how do we actually how do we help people in that sector of society. Yeah, and there's many discussions going on providing shelter or homes, or even what can we give them to help them actually get out of the position rather than maintain them in the position. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. And then we got Sam LG, yeah, that's how I say it.
Mm-hmm.
LG.
Yeah, LG, yeah.
LG. You see, I get it right. Most people they 10 different, pronunciations.
LG. D to the L to the G.
Yeah,
LG.
awesome. Yeah, who also is one of our real life results coaches, and he is actually also doing super awesome. And so I think it was in your first 12 or 14 months, was it? 14 months.
14 months, just over.
Yeah, just about. How much?
Just over 4 million. Yeah. Just over 4 million.
Yeah, awesome. Now he's helping many other people do the same as well. So this real life tribe is a community. Some people call it a family. Some people call it the place of no limits. Some call it the Holy Grail. Whatever you want to call it. Ultimately, what's happening is we are a culture. And we are doing amazing things. So if you want to be a part of it, now's your chance to get some free content, free coaching by letting us know any questions that you may have, because I'll tell you something, this money Monday. The theme is real life Money Monday. This is what we're doing. It's all about money. And today we're talking about mindset and how important mindset is in the property investment industry, because I've heard some shock stories of what's going on where people dive in, or maybe they're dragged in or sucked in to this market, being told what to do when things are going perfectly right. But as from my experience and many other people, I can pretty much guarantee things are going to go wrong. So it's not about knowing what to do when things are going correct. It's how do you deal with things when they are not going your way. That is where I think the mindset, which we're going to discuss today, really comes in. So because mindset is invisible, we want to just want to start the discussion around where is it in your life that you may have had like a negative or a not so forward thinking mindset, and where were you, what results, how were you feeling? Yeah. And then where in life have you actually felt or realized that, hey, I've took a few steps forward here and I've knocked it up a few gears and my mindset's really rocking, until the next time again, because you're playing such a bigger game, until you're like, oh, wow, okay, I need to step it up again. So guys, let's hear from the panel. Like, who wants to go first? They'll just share some experience here about the mindset and when it's not serving you, but when it has served you as well.
Yeah, so like for me, I think for sure when I was blaming, so my mindset was very much on I don't have these things, and look what everybody else has got, and it's never going to happen for me, and I've got to work hard. And so I attracted more of that into my life, where work was really hard and long, and I wasn't winning, or I wasn't achieving what I was saying I wanted. And it's because all I was focused on was the fact that I didn't already have it. And why was that? So when my mindset changed, and it was a big shift that had to happen, but like reaching out, working with coaches and having training and developing myself very quickly was a huge game changer, because from that point of like letting go the blame and just focusing on what I don't have and actually what I do want, everything exploded from that point. Like the energy was positive, and it was winning. I was attracting wins as opposed to shit in my life.
So you've kind of started this theme off, which I'm sure everybody's going to go through. But for everybody watching as well, where is it that you spend most of your time? Do you spend most of your time thinking about failure and wanting or what you don't have? Or do you spend most of your time thinking about success and positivity and optimism? Which, put it in the comments. Just put it in the comments. I mean, I know it's a subject where people want to have a front of a positive mindset, but as Alan C. Walter would say, you're either in the truth or you're creating falseness. So guys, it's best to work with the truth as soon as possible. Yeah, but that's what you're saying, Trisha, isn't it? You're saying, you know, there was time, so you were spending more time thinking about failures, what's going to go wrong, because I've been there as well. You know, I've been there as well. And actually I brought it up in our team meeting today. I was like, you know, before I was thinking of, you know, what's not going to work? What do I need to check out? What's going to happen with these figures? What's going to happen with this deal? What's going to happen with that business? And actually, I'm focusing on more on what's not going to happen rather than what is going to happen or what I want to happen or the goal setting, which is why goal setting is so super important. And anyone in the Real Life Tribe or has done any training with us will know it's all about what it is that you want. Or anyone like our coaches, you know, specifically, we're working towards what it is that you want. Yeah. So what's your take on it, Lewis?
So for me, the reason I never had what I wanted, because I didn't know what I wanted. I never had like a goal. I just assumed that this was my role in life. I was going to play this role forever. And it wasn't like I was asking myself good quality questions. It was just, this is your position in life. So this just the card you got to deal. I didn't actually believe I could change what I was doing. I just assumed this is you. That's all you can do. That's rich people stuff. You don't have hundreds of thousands. So, you know, you can't be involved. But the thing that changed for me is I thought, how are they doing that? Just come to me one day. I was like, so how are they doing this? And then that's what then led me to investigating and then finding the Real Life group and then figuring out ways and strategies that I could implement and get involved in properly. But up until then, just addicted to being a victim, to be honest. Like any chance I get, it was just straight to, oh, poor little me. Look, I can't do nothing about it. It was never like, how can I get out of this? How can I empower myself? It was just addicted to victimhood. So it was changing that into like now a better question, because you know the quality of your question determines the quality of your life, and then that's what just changed everything.
Awesome, good. What's your take on it, Sam?
I think for me, I've had it a few times where I've focused so much on getting what I wanted. So, for in short, was I spent a long time, pretty much my whole of my working career, trying to get into Rolls Royce, and within a short period of time being at Rolls Royce, I didn't want it. I just realised that's not what. So I basically worked so long trying to get to the thing that I want to get, but it's not there. So it's happened a couple of times in my life. So, for example, another one was getting this big family home. To then realise it's not what I want. So for me, it's finding out what truly I want is what I'm working towards regarding the discovery of me. And it's a rocky road, and that's kind of where you learn and grow and develop and find out who your true self is along the way.
It's funny because everybody is at a different place in their life. I'm going to say life, but when I say that, I don't mean like age has zero to do with it. But the statement of everybody is at a different place in their life is still super true. Yeah, and whatever it is that you need is always presented to you right then. But then it's down to the mindset of what are all these things that might be trying to protect you, because the mind is designed for one reason and one reason only. I mean, it's very difficult to track back and try and figure out where this originated from, but it's designed for survival. You know, by default, that's what it's going to do. It's going to look to keep you safe. Now,
like somebody wrote here. Somebody's commented the mind, their mindset is the fear of failure and not succeeding.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, that's a big one that holds back so many people.
Yeah.
Just the idea that maybe it won't work or maybe I'll lose money or.
Yeah, of course. And we're gonna get to that. But like, first of all, why? Like, it's built for survival. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but what I heard is, so I'm not taking this for truth, but it makes kind of sense. But it was like, back as far as possibly we can think, where man had to go find water for probably himself and his family, and maybe he took his young with him, and while he's at the watering hole, the crocodile came out of the watering hole and took the child. Now, what actually happened in the brain is a burned experience of pain, and which created emotion, as to remember it, to stop him from that happening again. So next time you go to the watering hole, you're going to take precautions. You're going to do things differently. You're going to be able to protect yourself. You're going to look out. And if you think about this, not comparing human mind to animals, but look at the animals. Well, I mean, why does the animal run? I mean, even if it's a lamb, like a lamb, for example. I mean, they've probably not seen the human before. Why does it run from the human? You know, what is it? Is it because it's embedded somewhere that, you know, human is going to chase you, going to take you somewhere and do whatever? Is it making sense? Is it making sense to you guys on here? Yeah, so if it's built for survival, now coming on to what Tricia says, you know, this mindset is fear of failure and not succeeding. So please do comment if anyone else is having the same thing here, because who actually has... What is the fear? The fear of what? Not succeeding, the fear of failure. What is failure? Are you expect? Because I think when you're a kid, you know, this is built up for when you're young, where it's like, oh, okay, so kids are passionate and they just go full out. But then in some scenarios, sometimes by parents, maybe by, you know, other siblings or friends or whoever they're around, they're made to look stupid. They're made to feel stupid because they were passionate. They were full out. Who's had that before? Who's done that before when they're a child? You know, slow down, back off, relax. You know, you're too loud, be seen and not heard. All of this stuff drilled in, on top of the watering hole.
I definitely had the "you're too loud" thing.
Yeah. When was that? Last week?
Daily.
No, but this is what I'm saying now. But this is what it's going to come down to. Yeah. So I want to point something out there, because, you know, the term mind control, you know, it can be misinterpreted. Like, mind control, does this mean I'm hypnotized? Does this mean someone's in control of me? Well, here's one thing, and let me know if you agree, everybody watching here. Do you actually believe, like, there's one thing that we have absolute control over? One thing that we have absolute control over. Does anybody watching know what this is? Does anybody watching know what this is? One thing that, I mean, do we have control over the weather? Do I have control of what happens on social media? Do I have control of, you know, pandemics or economy going up or down, or stocks going up or down, or property prices going? Do I have control, absolute control over any of that? Yeah, okay, Justin said it. Yeah, so the only one thing that we have, okay, we might say mind, but let's be more specific, it's our thoughts. The one thing that we have absolute control over, and if you have a different opinion, let me know. Yeah, because the one thing that we have absolute control over is our thoughts, and your thoughts will direct your attention, and your attention will direct your life. Now think of this right now. You're listening to us on here. Now, if I say, you know, think of, let's go with a good old fashioned pink elephant, yeah? Now, can you not think about pink elephant? Or, yeah, okay, so now I'm starting to think about pink elephant. Why pink elephant? Why a flying pink elephant? Why is it flying now? Why has it started to fly? You know, but here's the point. Now, like, are you in control of your thoughts? And I think one thing that makes it definitely easier is being around the right people. You know, they say, you know, you're the average of the 5 people that you're around. Yeah, I mean, that may be true. I mean, I think it's true to some extent, but it depends how tightly locked you are consciously in your mind to actually let it go into the subconscious. Because if you let it go into the subconscious, that's where Napoleon Hill starts talking about, like, this is now where you're planting the seeds and they will grow. And he refers to like auto-suggestion, which is self-suggestion. So you're going to suggest to yourself what's going on. So what are your thoughts around the fact that you have absolute control over one thing, which is your thoughts, and around mind control, which is, let's face it, to be focused on an aim, to be focused on something. I mean, I want to hear from you guys, but I've got something that fascinates me from what I've seen from traveling all over the world, training thousands of people from all different countries, speaking different languages. This thing shows up all the time. So before we go into that, what are your thoughts on this, Sam?
Power of manifestation. So for me, it's very much focusing on what you want in life as your outcome. So it's very different to what you get brought up at school, is you don't focus on working. You basically taught to work for 50 years, retire, and then just live off that. So I'm not abiding by those rules. I'm not working for 50 years to retire and have no money and just basically have no health at that point. I'm working on my outcome, and I'm going to be living my outcome as soon as I can. So that is where I'm going towards. Daily goal writing, putting it down so I can get to my outcome. So my outcome is basically, for me personally, is to live on a beach, to be financially free, emotionally free, physically free, spiritually free. What's the other one? Mentally. What's the other one, guys? Mentally free. The 5 freedoms. And that's what I want to live on a daily basis. So yeah.
Good. Lewis, what do you think?
So for me personally, I don't think everyone does have control of their thoughts. So I know I wasn't conscious of my thoughts. I was stuck in unconscious patterns of behavior that was not serving me. So it's only by becoming conscious and being aware of what was going on, the thoughts that I was entertaining, was I then able to change, recorrect, and then set new patterns of behavior that actually served me. But until I was like conscious of that, it was happening. I wasn't even aware. So when I'm not aware of something, I don't feel like I have full control over what I'm not aware of. So it's only by becoming aware that I gained the control.
Okay, interesting. So like let's say, just you know, what was it? What stage of your life were you at where you didn't have control because it was unconscious pattern or something?
Most until a few years ago, until I got into personal development. Before that,
So just give me an example. What were you doing?
What was I doing? I like just having no outcome, no plans, wondering why I wasn't achieving anything when I wasn't planning to achieve, I wasn't setting targets to achieve. Wondering why I don't have any money when I'm not saving money and I'm spending it aggressively.
So what would you do? Would you go to the pub? Would you go joyriding cars? What?
Pub, drugs, whatever.
Okay.
Just quick.
Okay. So at that point, at that point, was it possible for you to, rather than think about the pub, go and think about a hot air balloon?
Physically possible, yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Do you have are you still in disagreement that you don't have control over your thoughts?
Well, at that time, you mean, or you mean now still?
Just any time. Anybody.
At the time, I could have redirected my thoughts if I had chosen to.
Yeah. This one what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, because everybody is at a different stage of their life, and everybody's had different experience. Everyone's had different training. And when you are more trained at anything, you're going to be better at it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But by the end of the day, there's still like let's say Ronnie O'Sullivan, snooker player, very highly trained, practiced a lot. Yeah. So, but I can still pick up a cue and point the blue end of the stick at the white thing to push it onto something else. Yeah. I can still do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. But okay, there's a massive difference. Same with what you're talking about. You're more trained now, so you can see it and you're more aware, and he knows how to spin the ball. He knows how to bounce it off 10 different cushions to make it go in and all the rest of it. And I'll be lucky if I can get it from one end of the table to the other. Yeah, in a straight line. So this is the same. Everybody is at a different place, but you still have the possibility to pick the baton up of directing my thoughts. So for example, some people are saying, I'm trying to be positive, but I keep getting knocked back. What is a knockback? People say, the fear, we had that before. Yeah, what else we have? Just people are saying, look at the learnings. It's not a failure. Look at it as a learning. Yeah, it's coming from past experience, people are saying. What else are people saying? People are talking about manifestation, focus on the learning and success, no matter how small the success and the learning. Yeah, okay, so that's why we teach people a lot. how to celebrate wins and how important it is. I had a dream the other night of getting 58 million on Bitcoin. Okay, awesome. Good job. Just goes to show where you can come from. Drugs and now awesome stuff that you're now doing. Oh, absolutely, for sure. But this really does go to show like how powerful is the mind, but we just got to tap into it. And how do we tap into it? Some very simple key principles that they don't teach you in school. Because my opinion is this is not something that we're just going to tell you. It's something you have to experience through doing something. You got to go do something. You got to put yourself in the game. You're not going to read a book or watch a video on how to ride a bike and then ride the bike without actually, jumping on it and doing it. Is making sense? Or what do you think on this subject, Trisha?
I think I definitely agree that the thoughts, it's a choice because it's how you're choosing to direct your energy. A lot of people, I can only speak for myself, but certainly when I was in certain negative zones, I just wouldn't want to take responsibility for it. And I was trying to blame or find a way out of it, that it was everybody else's issue, not mine. And that only got more of the same result. So when I had a different way of thinking and I was choosing to focus on what I do want, why I want it, then I could focus on the how to get it. And then when I started to do, it was the fun. It was the fun that was created. It's like this thing that I've been doing recently, which is really helping with continuing on the result that I get, because it's focusing on the result, which is called stimulus belief response. And the response is the result. Like, what is the result of that? And it can be something stupid like the dishwasher needs loading. The belief is that the dishes need to get cleaned. And the response is that I'm going to load the dishwasher. But that's just a simple everyday task, right? But imagine that in business. So the stimulus could be, I feel tired today. The belief is, I'm tired, I need more sleep. The response is, well, I can't sleep because I've got to go to work. So somehow you either choose to give in to that thought, or you choose a more positive reaction or response based on moving you more closer to what you actually want to achieve in your life. So instead of getting taken out of the game by, I've experienced a lot lately with some of our clients, they're really doing well and they're pounding away. One or two things might crop up and they're boom, and that's them for a couple of days. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? You've let this small thing that's actually fixable take over you for 2 days. You've lost 2 days of your growth and experience. So it's about how you choose to respond, which is like what you're saying, Mark. It's about how the way that you think. Do you choose, when people are depressed, I talk to them all the time about this. Do you choose to feel better? Yes, I want to feel better. No, but do you choose to feel better? Because there's a difference between I want to and I choose to. What do you think is more empowering?
This is the point.
Choose.
People are struggling. And I think this time has really turned up the heat. This last 4 months, 5 months, whatever it is. It's really turned up the heat in people's relationships, on their finances, in their business. Something where we were taught, oh yeah, get a job, work hard in school, learn, pass all your exams so you can show that you can go and get a good job. And these, good, safe jobs where entrepreneurship, investing in property, trading, investing, all of this stuff is risky business. Yeah, all that stuff is risky. But now I think it's totally turned the other way for more people. I mean, it's always been the other way. It's always been safer to to create jobs, build teams, and actually go and attack it as a team. You can build teams without even having a business. This is how awesome it is. This is how awesome this opportunity of life is. Now, let me just go through a couple of examples. Yeah, it's Edison. Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact, he was actually told he could not build a machine that would be able to record and reproduce the human voice. He was said, it's silly, it's totally stupid. And this is what I'm talking about, being in control of your thoughts. Because when it comes to being in control of your thoughts, you know, this guy has the opportunity to believe them, to cave into this, to let it be. But we all know, anybody knows just a tiny little bit about history, we know that this guy was able to invent the recording machine. Yeah, and be able to reproduce the human voice. Yeah, so it's down to that choice, like what Trisha was saying. Yeah, the choice is, but even though there is that choice there, what is happening? What has happened in your life? What is happening around you right now? Where are you choosing to be? Who are you choosing to be around? Like property.
That's so important.
Yeah.
People can be the make or break of a person. I remember when we began in this, our families thought we were crazy, like that we'd lost the plot entirely, and we were like, oh, it's a scam and all this kind of property. Oh, you know, property, you'll lose money. How do you know? There's no guarantee, or this and the other. And then our friends thought we were even crazier, or got fed up because we didn't have time to see them, because we were like studying or out there, you know, creating our dreams, bringing them into reality. But like, I remember one time at Bandcamp. So this one time I went to my family's, and I know, you know, my mum won't be angry with me saying this because I think it's the truth and we are real life. I went to her one Sunday and they were so negative. I literally cried the whole way home because I felt physically drained. I didn't have anything left to give because I did everything I could to, like, you know, protect myself from, because I call it like the negativity, and so I call it like an infection because it infects you, plants little seeds of doubt, negativity, you know, horrible words, you know, or anger and all this kind of, plants loads of seeds, and then they start to grow because it's like a weed. So I'm trying to protect myself. And honestly, I didn't do anything for the rest of that day. So I remember it like it had a physical reaction. So if you're spending your time around people that aren't serving you, that aren't pushing you forward, that aren't, you know, supporting you to be better, to grow more, that's also another reason.
But this is where people struggle, especially in property. I've seen it for many years. For many years where people are like, well, what am I supposed to do? Just go and set up a tent somewhere in a field and live there so I don't have to speak to the people that I'm around. For some people, I mean, is it possible?
No, become part of the real life tribe. We're all awesome supporters.
Yeah, but is it physically possible? Yeah, absolutely. It's physically possible. But is it something that somebody's going to do? Go and set up a tent? I don't think so. But so here's the thing: you've got two sides of it. One, you need to get around, you know, the right people. But also, just like F.W. Woolworth, yeah. And here's a funny story, because in the beginning, everybody was telling that guy, absolutely no way, you're going to go broke, trying to make enough sales from a 5 and 10 cents, you know, deals. You know, 5 and 10 cent store. That's what it was. Yeah, but actually was able to be absolutely focused. And this is the point here. So here's some key advice. Put hashtag advice if you want some advice here. Yeah, normally we don't give advice. We like to reduce the information at you, but I'm going to give you thick and right on the toast here, because I'll tell you something. You know, this guy turned Woolworths into hundreds of millions. Then why did it go bust? Why? Because somewhere it got virused. There's a virus, and it's called the virus of the mind. When people start creating excuses, and it starts eating through your organization, through your family, into your relationship, into your life, and you start spinning a story. Like someone's comment here, you know, Sandra. So like I was told by a German accountant and a solicitor how crazy I was to establish a limited company in the UK. I couldn't have done anything worse than this. You know, so where they got that idea from, I have no idea. But now they're spinning it off to be their own advice that probably someone is paying them for. They're paying for this terrible advice because they haven't done it. But I know many people outside of the UK, in Germany, Belgium, Sweden, Luxembourg, and outside of in Asia as well, who are all investing and making millions, some of them multi millions from doing it from there. And we have an awesome Money Monday panel coming up in a couple of weeks on how to invest, how do you invest in property from anywhere? Because people are worried about, do I have to drive an hour up the road or 2 hours or 6 hours wherever you live in the UK? But how about you do it from anywhere? Yeah, that's going to be coming up. So here's the point. You know, Edison, Firestone, the Woolworth guy, the Henry Ford, people told them they're wacko. The Wright brothers told them they're wacko. Yeah, so what did they have that you don't have? What did they have that they didn't have? And that is just the knowingness of how to actually have absolute control over thought. You know, and Lewis is one of our top coaches. And even at the beginning of this, I mean, this is how transparent I'm just going to say it. You know, even at this, he said, I don't agree. Not everyone has the control over the thought. I mean, the truth is, everybody has the control over the thought. Oh, yes, they do. You're just choosing where you want to go because it serves you in some way. So Real Life Truth on Thursday, which the first one is coming this Thursday. If you're into some controversy and you're into like receiving it on the chin, no buttering up, no lubrication, just wham, bam, here's the plan. Yeah, then Thursday, 7 o'clock every week, you want to tune in to Real Life Truth on Thursday. Because that's what I talk about, how you're actually doing things destructive, but it serves you in some way. So all those destructive things you were doing, Lewis, and I know what it's about because I was doing the same thing. I was doing destructive things and I play destructive games, and it even comes up now. And I play destructive games now, you know, that are totally useless. But the difference is now I'm trained, now you're trained, we catch ourselves super quick. Trisha was talking about someone wasted 2 days. I want to catch myself in 2 seconds. You know, if I ever start to blame, complain, justify, be a victim, or want to play poor me, or I want to like hold myself back because of fear. Now, don't confuse like analyzing risk with fear, because you've got to analyze risk of whether to, you know, make that move. But if you're going to not do it because of fear, it tells me that you've not analyzed properly. Tell me you're not analyzed the risk properly. You're not understanding the game properly if you're actually not going to do it because of fear. This makes sense. I think that was a penny drop for some people, yeah? Because, you know, and I'll tell you something as well. You know, this is why the whole Discover Your True Potential principles were started to be formed, because there were people out there in property who wanted to succeed. I could see the look on their faces, you guys included. Yeah, and some people have been around in property many years, and some people have been around many years, and right now, they're scared to make moves. You know, some people have got a few HMOs, they've got a few properties, they've got, you know, some of them multi-million-pound property portfolios, and they're scared to make moves. You know, they're holding back, they're holding fire. Yeah, are you guys seeing this as well in the marketplace? You know, some very experienced people. Some people are doing pretty well on the surface. What's that? Are you waving to me? Or?
No, I think definitely. But there are obviously some people that, because they have a good mindset, they're not letting it hold them back.
But this is what I'm talking about, mindset. You know, the mindset of like, you know, I might be experienced. I've been 30 years in the game. I've done, you know, 100 project managed, I've, you know, owned, I've ran it, or whatever you might be saying. But yeah, now there's a fear to pull the trigger. Is it based on an analysis? Is it based on numbers? Is it based on what? I'm not sure what it's based on. But for something definitely that I know is that even looking at some of the results of the people out there now who are starting, you go out there, you start to get amazing results, then you get scared because you've grown and you're playing a bigger game. You're not playing, you know, kind of pay my 500 quid mortgage anymore. It's actually now I've got to make sure I can do that as well as pay the next bridge loan and getting the next bridge loan and all of this false information around, you know, you can't do that. You know, the guy was told he couldn't make a recording machine. You know, Henry Ford was told that no one would ever buy that silly contraption. It's never going to take off. Now tell me now who's driving a car. Tell me who's not driving a car now. Yeah, but also tell me all the things that came spurred off from that, all the other automobiles, the technology within engines and, you know, vehicles that now go and probably do something like, what did Rolls-Royce start off doing, Sam? Do you actually know? Was it cars or was it something different?
It was cars. It was
Yeah,
cars that started.
look at this. Now what do they do?
Everything. Engines, submarines.
Submarines,
yeah, I do submarines.
Yeah,
Cars,
so okay,
engines,
submarines, jet engines, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, this is what I'm saying. Who knows if Rolls-Royce would even be if Henry Ford didn't have the courage and didn't have his mastermind. He had a mastermind. This is why Real Life Tribe has a mastermind every single week. In fact, straight after this, 8 o'clock tonight, mastermind. This is why it's so important to maintain yourself in this energy. Yeah, people are always looking for like the missing link. Yeah, like, oh, give me that bullet information. This is great. Ask questions, get that information. You got to do that. But then they keep searching, like as if there's a missing link, as if there's something they don't know, as if there's something that's not in their, information to analyze the deal. So they keep searching for that link. Well, you know, the truth is, you already got all the links that you're required to make the next few moves, let alone the next one. Yeah, so if you actually want to learn how to connect all of the links that you already have, meaning all you need, you already have. All you need, so all of these new people, all you need, you already have in the Real Life Tribe. The people who are not, all you need, you already got it. You got everything that you need. In fact, we just pop that link in just so people can register for Discover True Potential, which is 2 hours where we actually focus on the mind. Yeah, the greatest tool, piece of equipment known in the history of anything, anything. I mean, even in the Bible, I'm not saying read the Bible and everything's true, depending on which version you want to read as well. But what I am saying is, one of the things in there, it says, do unto others as you would them or do unto you, something to that effect. Yeah. So this is even written in the Bible. This is all in the mind. This is all about your thoughts. You're controlling your thoughts on how am I going to act and behave towards somebody. Am I going to treat everyone like a criminal and not trust everyone? Because I know that phase. I've been through that phase of my life. Yeah. So make sure you click that link and get registered now, because you need to get the private details. Now, this training, by the way, don't just show up if you just want to sit there and watch it like a TV program. Oh, no. Yeah, this is on Zoom. You get on Zoom. You're right there. We're going to be doing exercises. We're going to be doing processes. You're going to be writing stuff down and actually going through physical exercises to actually put this into practice. It's not just theory. We're going to teach some information and give some insight, but then we're actually going to put it into practice right there and then within that training. So only show up if you're going to actually play the game, not just be a spectator, because maybe being a spectator is causing you. And this is going to bring me to one more point I want to say. Then I want to hear from you guys and why you think, tell the people why you think it's so important. And, if this would be of use to them on Wednesday. Yeah. And the point is, being a spectator, not making the moves, that's what actually is degrading your mindset. Why is that? Because if you're not doing something and if you're not focusing on what it is you want, by default, you will literally just be bombarded with emails, text messages, phone calls, TV, media, signposts, the government, updates, schooling, college, all of those messages will be firing your way and distract and like hijack your mind. This is what you're talking about, Lewis, earlier. I just did things because I didn't know. Because you got hijacked. You got hijacked and it took your thoughts, which then put your attention on something. And then that attention, where your attention was, directed your life. Same for me. When I started work and I seen people and they started smoking and doing drugs and alcohol and all the rest of it, that's where my thoughts were. That's where my attention was. So that's where my life went. Yeah. And it's not until you direct or you get control over your thoughts by focusing on something that you do want. That's why goal setting is so important. People are putting dream building in there is so important. Guys, this is so important. You got to tag anybody who's watching right now, just tag at least one person. If you're a warrior, tag at least, 50 people. Because right now, this Money Monday session where we're talking about mindset is absolutely key. Trisha, these comments are going so fast. You need to put that link in a few times, maybe. Yeah. So Lewis, what do you think about all of this? Let's sum it up and tell the people why they need to register.
Completely agree. And for me, the most powerful thing is my morning routine, to get myself in the best physical state before I just start reacting to the world. So it's just pick up my phone as soon as I wake up, and then as soon as I look at my phone, it could be good news, bad news, I'm already reacting. And I don't have control over how I feel. So that's why I set up my day with habits and rituals that serve me. So look, I'll take with me. I just finished doing my vision board. Look at that. Imagine waking up every day and just first thing you just blast your mind with is everything you want to achieve in life. How's that going to make you feel, rather than you wake up, you look at an email, you didn't get the job, you got sent this way like that.
Did you have a picture of Shane on there?
Pardon?
Did you have a picture of Shane on there? I'm sure you did.
I've got Wim Hof's on there, and yeah, Shane, my hero. Like, I want to be Shane.
Yeah, that's good. Direct. Hey, listen, super good. Following the process, doing what.
How about your attention? That's what it's about.
Yeah, go on. So why should people register for this program? It's free.
It's good. Well, for the fact that it's free. The second is just like, what's it going to cost you not to do it? To not be able to direct your attention, to not know what's actually holding you back, to not spot the negative patterns of behavior in yourself. Like, it just takes that one quote, that one moment, like what you said to me at the event. You said this quote over and over again, but just the way you delivered it one time, it felt like it punched me in the face. It just changed everything. Was how you do anything is how you do everything. And my whole brain just electric light, and I could just connect all the patterns where that was true and where it wasn't serving me. That's just changed my behavior and just exploded my results. So just from like one sentence changed everything. So imagine I missed that. Like, what would that have cost me? So it's like you just got to be there, put yourself in the game, make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when you understand the science, of how the mind is working, this hijacking thing that happens all the time, you got more consciousness in that area. You got more awareness. And if you're more aware, you put it in the comments. Do you think if you're more aware, then you got more of a chance of putting your attention somewhere? Where is it that you want it to happen? Because it's the science. It's quantum physics of how it works and how the mind and the law of attraction. So if you want to learn how to have or be or do, like people, I'm not sure you understand, like have, what is it you want to have? You want to have a car, you want to have a house, you want to have a holiday, you want to be happy, you want to be powerful, you want to be confident, you want to, do exciting, adventurous things. Whatever you want to have, be or do, there's a science. And in 2 hours, we literally break that science down right down to the atom, literally. On how it actually reverse engineers so you can get what it is you want in life. Because I'll tell you something, if you're not focused on this and you don't know these steps, by default, you're going to get what you don't want. And this is why people are saying, I'm getting knocked back. I got this fear of failure. I'm not sure how to proceed forward. Oh my God, I don't want to take on deals. I'm never going to get the, what's it called? I'm never going to get the finance raise. The investors are never going to show up and all the rest of it. So what do you think, Sam?
Look, Sean's comment just there hits the nail on the head. Literally, Discover Your True Potential made such a difference to our journey, and the enrichment program took us even further. An investor for 1 million. So that's discovering your true potential. What more do you want? That one investor can change your life. So if you're not playing all out, then look at that. £1 million investor lined up.
Yeah, and so, that might sound too good to be true, because that was in 3 weeks. 3 weeks of exercising these very simple strategies that honestly anybody can do. If you're willing to learn, and you're willing to actually believe that you are in control, good. That's awesome. Yeah, but if you can believe if you can believe that this mind control thing is just about, hey, I just need to fixate myself on my goal here. What's my like Napoleon Hill will call it, definite chief aim. And if I know the science and the backed up principles of just how to play the game, then I'm gonna win. Who wants to win? Who wants to actually win? I'm serious here, because I'm not sure any other place anywhere else actually sets us up to win. Any other educational establishment or anything. Yeah.
Where attention goes, energy flows.
Yeah, awesome. And by the way, that investor with the 1 million, he wants to do 10 million in the next 3 years. Yeah, good. Anything else to add to that?
My way.
Why people register?
I think
it's a free event.
for everybody that has possibly even thought about wanting or choosing to have more than you currently have in your life. And it doesn't mean things or money necessarily. If it just means more happiness, more time, whatever it is for you, then this is an absolute must. It's free, it's online, you don't have to go anywhere. Just log on, utilize your time effectively by being on this program. It is Wednesday at 7 p.m. I think it's like 2 hours or something.
Yeah, but don't be lazy. Like, just because you don't have to go anywhere, oh my goodness, there's work.
Yeah, absolutely. Be present on the training. Be present for sure. Otherwise, again, that's why I'm saying utilize your time. You can go on it and not utilize. That's not utilizing your time. That's wasting your time and the trainer, right? Utilize your time effectively. Do something different to what you currently be doing, and then you will get a different result. And hey, it might be an awesome result if that's what you're choosing to focus on. So use the link and give it a try and see how it works for you. Everybody else that's been doing the program, following and actioning the steps, is getting absolutely amazing results out of it. So why don't you give this a try for yourself? And again, like we were talking about earlier, you do not have a supportive network. If you struggle, like, how do we go from this though? Because this is our current people that we surround ourselves with, and they are very negative and they are very unsupportive. Okay, so then choose to be around people that aren't like that. Choose to be around people that are pushing you and driving you for growth and development and success. So get yourself there at 7 p.m. on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, just put the link here, because there's so many comments that have come through that it's probably just moved on.
It is pinned as well.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but like, what I'm talking about here is, like, listen, we want to give you as much information as possible, but we need to get you in the proper training environment. I mean, we've also been talking about environment is the key. Yeah, so get you in the proper training environment so we can give you proper insight, and then you actually applying what you learn straight away. Not, let you go off and see if you go and figure it out or not. No. You are creatures of habit. That's not going to happen. That's why we do it right there. Yeah, whether we can meet up live in a room or not, we're going to do it online. We still get you to do the work. So if you're prepared to put in the work, which is literally from your seat, but you've got to be here paying attention to what the process is and the exercises are, I promise you, everything's going to change within that 2 hours. Like, your mind's going to change. I mean, the opportunities that are going to start coming your way, literally when you just open up the gates to your own kingdom, because it's already all there. It's already all there. You're not going to need to create anything different. The opportunity, the people, the deals, the investors, they're already there. That's why this is absolutely key when it comes to the mindset. And now we're going to be going over to the Real Life Tribe Mastermind, where we all come together in a beautiful environment to have this key training, key resourcing, key networking, keep our energies high, keep together, and keep moving forward. So make sure that you register for this training. Even if you've been to it before, it's never the same. It's never the same. So let's do it again, because Lewis talks about here in that statement, but he's probably heard that 1,000 times. That's repetition, baby. You got to keep going for it. So big thank you to you awesome people coming on here. Thank you for sharing this. I think it was a lovely topic that probably is still very underspoken about. But hey, we're gonna do it, and with your guys' support, make sure you share this on your feed. Talk about the mindset. Talk about the mental health. It's something that people need to pay attention to. It's something people need to be aware of. And just one thing I want to make sure is everybody is at a different place in their life, and they're going to require like different moves. They're going to make different moves. Some people need, one part of the mindset. Some people need another part of the mindset. As long as you can make some moves, as long as you can start making some moves, and you can start getting around people who are going to support you, and most of all love you, because that's what we're all craving. And ultimately, you say fear of failure, but really you're in the fear of that somebody's not going to love you. Because if you're a failure, then you think people are not going to love you. That's what ultimately that's what it's going to end up down to, isn't it? you know, because we are love. That's all we are. Everything else is an illusion, right? That's what David Icke says. I believe him. Yeah, I mean, everybody believes what he says, but yeah, I believe that at least. So awesome. Thank you, Lewis. Any last words?
Just do the right thing. So no, I gotta let you do that. I'll let you do that.
No,
Just jump on and jump on the mastermind after everyone. It's gonna be wicked. I'm hosting it, so
awesome job. Anything else, Sam? You want to say last words?
Discover your true potential, baby.
Yeah, good stuff. Trisha, you want to say anything? No? Okay, good. So,
listen, you're all awesome. Make sure you don't waste any more time and reach out by coming on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Register for your free seat so there's no excuses. And
yeah, absolutely.
do the right thing for the right reasons.
And why would you do that?
Because that is the only way you're going to discover.
See, look, you heard it here, guys. You heard it here, guys. And when you really delve into what this actually means, doing the right thing for the right reason, because that is the only way you will discover your true potential. What is that right now? Totally unknown to you. That's why you got to get in the game, register for this training. So thank you very much, all of you guys. The Money Monday panel. Money Monday panel. What awesome ring it has. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's super important. Oh my goodness, turn on notifications because Real Life Truth on Thursday. We've got some great episodes, but then, oh my goodness, do we have a guy that's going to be on that show that talks the truth, like bare bones truth. So you better subscribe and turn on for notifications if you want. And you have no idea who it is. I mean, some people might, but hey, this guy gives you the truth. You know, he will pull his own teeth out with a rusty pair of pliers before he says something that's not the truth. Yeah, so if you're into the truth, Real Life Truth on Thursday, every Thursday, 7 o'clock. It's on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe. But apart from that, everybody, see you again soon. Take care. Awesome people. Thank you so much for all your love and support. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Yes, come on YouTube. You're still there. And you can enter.